game crashed. Hopefully it won't crash again when I first try to do this. This is one of my favorite games I've ever played, Vampire The Masquerade Bloodlines. It has really pretty good first-person shooter type stuff, as well as very good role-playing elements. It's also kind of a dark game. It's based on the old World of Darkness, which is a tabletop role-playing game. I've never actually played that. I've never played any tabletop role-playing games for that matter, although it sounds kind of neat. The first game like this I actually had Vampire The Masquerade Redemption before this one. I got it when I was a pretty young guy, and back before I graduated high school. Like, I was probably 8th grade, 9th grade when that happened. But I couldn't play it when I first got it. It was just so buggy. It was buggy, for one thing, and also my computer really sucked. So it was some combination between the two, and it wasn't until years and years later that I had a much nicer computer, and a lot of fan patches had been released that I could even play that game. But I'd always really wanted to. It seemed cool. The most I could ever do was play the first few screens, and as soon as you get out, it just starts glitching and crashing, and nothing looked right. It looked like gray blobs, basically, when I first installed it. That's how buggy it was. Anyway, I did even end up playing that one, and it's not as good as this game, though it's still pretty good. I had a lot of fun playing Redemption too. Maybe I'll go back to doing that. But for now, let's go ahead and start a new game. This video I'll probably upload second, after the introduction, but you have to go through this part of the game first before you can get the introduction video. I already know what I want, and who do I want to be? I want to be Tremere. This is always my favorite character. I've played a few of the characters, Gangrel, Malkavian. I don't know if I ever actually finished the game with those characters because I kind of got bored. The Malkavian is pretty good, and if I ever do a replay of this, I'll probably do it for the Malkavian because that adds the most. That character class adds the most replay value because of the really weird dialogue that it has for all of the encounters. But anyway, what is this guy? Blood sorcerers born from mystic rituals and diablerie. The Tremere are best trusted of the Camarilla clans. The ritual the Tremere used to transform living mages into undying monsters stripped them of their magic arts. To compensate, the vampires of Clan Tremere developed thaumaturgy, the powerful discipline of blood magic. The clan guards its secrets jealously and are the only kindred to wield this powerful discipline. The pursuit of arcane knowledge comes before all else, and the reliance upon it has weakened the bloodline. Tremere can raise no physical attribute above 4 points. So this character is going to be a sort of shooty, maybe sneaky, but overall it's going to focus on persuasion and probably shooting more, and maybe sneak if I can get enough points. Basically, the Tremere were mages, and I've read a little bit of the backstory. And they were mages who once magic started leaving the world, they started losing their powers, and they tried to research how they could possibly do that. What they figured out is if they captured this other head vampire, Salut, and diablerize him, basically that means you eat the other vampire, and you gain all of their powers. They could get something resembling their previous magical arts, but they ended up becoming vampires. So let's see. I don't really need to go into too much more detail than that, just for now. Alright, so I think sneaking is valuable. I can only use 1 point. You can see the points you can use. I can't increase any of my social at all. I definitely want to put at least 1 point in here to get my ranged up a little bit. And this is kind of a tough one. Defense and hacking versus research and intimidate. I think for now I want to do... I don't know, I'll think about that one because hacking will probably be more useful earlier than research will. And I'm going to put some points into scholarship, so I'll just have to think about that. So inspection. That's like if there's something sitting around, will you notice it? And how does that work in the game? It sort of has some blue light coming off of it, and that means you're much more likely to notice it. If your investigation's too low, you can still find it, but it's not as easy. So that's what inspection does. Finance just increases, lowers your prices. When you sell stuff, you get better prices. Computer is your hacking. You get to hack computers here. For now, I want to do my persuasion. I want to get my persuasion up, and that has the added benefit of getting my research up as well. For this one, I'm just going to put it into firearms because I want to be able to fight a little bit, and I'm going to be focusing on firearms. Talent. I'm not going to be doing too much of this brawling because I can't get my strength past 3, so it's not ever going to be that good. Dodge is really good to get my defense up. That's how resistant I am to damage. Intimidation, that's kind of like persuasion. It's like you get to do different, like you can do persuasion, seduction, or intimidate. If you have high enough, you can get positive outcomes. I'm probably just going to mainly focus on persuasion rather than the other two. Subterfuge, seduction, I don't care about that. Intimidation, I don't care about. So really, it's just dodge. That's all I really want is dodge to improve my defense. All right, and finally, we're going to do thermology. I'm going to focus mostly on thermology. I don't really care about the other two that much. Yeah, I don't really care about that one. This one's pretty good, but I like thermology better. So yeah, so the research I need to build up, but I think, the defense and the hacking will probably be more useful early on. Um, all right, so this is the point where the game goes on to the next part, and it's going to be a cutscene. So I don't want to. Kind of want to put the cutscene in a separate video, which I'll probably play before this video does, when I actually upload it. But I guess I'll see you then.